video. This week we are doing a very exciting video. We are doing my 2021 stats. Does anyone care? No. Do I care? Yes. I'm gonna go over like all of my stats of the year, ratings, genres, all of that. If you do not care about statistics, do not watch this video. I am also going to go over, you know, all of my top 10s of the year, TV shows, movies that are new to me, movies that came out this year, so all of that. Also gonna talk about that. This is gonna be a fun time. Is it? I don't know. You tell me. Last year, I did the exact same thing, but only on my stories. And apparently y'all wanted a video. So this year we're doing a video. Okay, first of all, my ratings of the year. It kind of goes in order. I watched the most 5 stars, and then 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 and 1. Which, I don't know. Y'all, I love movies, okay? So I give 5 stars very easily. I think everyone here is aware of that. I give 5 and 4 stars really easily. So I watched 200 things in total this year, including TV shows and movies. So 200 seasons of a show or a movie. You know what I mean. 69 of those 200 movies were 5 stars, and then 47 were 4 stars, and then 49 were 3 stars, 20 were 2 stars, and only 5 of them were 1 star. I didn't hate a lot of things this year. We're obviously gonna go into all of my 5 stars later, not all of them, but my favorites of my favorites. What? Anyway, so just quickly, let's go over my 1 stars because I feel like y'all wanna know that. There's actually 6. I don't know. I messed up somewhere in my calculations, but anyway, I'm just gonna read them off of my letterbox. I'm not gonna talk about them. Okay, no shade on these movies. I didn't like them. I have Uncut Gems, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, Under the Skin, and then we have like some old stuff from challenges. So we have Disraeli, Hollywood Review, and Congo Bill. These ones, those last 3 ones, totally didn't finish watching them. Okay, I watched maybe half, some of them maybe not even half, and I was like, no, thank you. The other ones, I can see well, The Haunting of Sharon Tate deserves a 1 star. Okay, that's the one that I'm like, yeah, this is on this list. Uncut Gems and Under the Skin probably deserves more, but not from me. Does that make sense? I know they're good movies, just not for me. All right, moving on. Now talking about years, that like what I watched from different decades. I watched the most movies from 2010, well, the 2010s, and then the 2000s, and then the 2020s. Is that what we're saying? The 2020s? 2020 and 2021, all right? I don't know. What are we calling this? The 20s? And then all of the other decades, all the way to the actual 20s, they have like a very few each. So I feel like that's pretty much accurate for every year. The 2000s is just me rewatching things that I already know I like. And the 2010s is just me trying desperately to catch up with past releases of the past couple of years, because I don't watch things that come out when they come out, and then I constantly am trying to catch up for years on end. So, I don't know. Talking about genres, again, I feel like none of this is surprising. I watched the most drama, the most story of delight changes constantly during this video. The temperature does not know what the fuck it's trying to do today. Just bear with me, all right? I watch the most dramas. That's gonna be every year. I like a good cry, all right? I watch a lot of drama. And then, I mean, usually I would have said drama, comedy, and romance would have been like my top, but romance is not even in my tops of the year. I watched the most drama, and then I've watched a lot of action. I put like all of the superhero stuff into action because I've been like watching Smallville for 1, and then for 2, trying to watch all of the DC movies. So that made action go up way more than usual. And then animation, because I'm trying to watch all of the Disney movies. So again, that's way more up than usual. And then we have comedy, because that's always gonna be in my tops of the year. I love watching comedies. And then we have fantasy sci-fi, because apparently all of you are trying to push me to watch a lot more fantasy sci-fi that I would like, but then I end up liking them. So maybe I do like fantasy sci-fi. I don't know anymore. Anyway, that's on there. So I also checked throughout the year where I was watching my stuff from most, because like, you know, I wanted to make sure that I'm not paying for a subscription service that I'm barely using, you know? And I think we're good. I think I'm gonna keep paying for the ones that I pay for. I watched the most from Netflix, which is really not surprising at all. 29%, that's how much Netflix I watched. And then Disney Plus, which is 22%, kind of close. Again, I feel like that's a lot on rewatching all of the Disney movies, because otherwise I don't think I would have used it all that much. And then Prime is at 18%. Prime is my favorite, by the way, because of the little like trivia section. If everything was on Prime, I would only be watching Prime, all right? Let that be known. And then I watched a little bit of movies that I either rented, downloaded on YouTube, Dailymotion, a couple of stuff like that. And I only went to the movie theater 5 times. 5, that is so sad. Like, how sad? 5, because for more than half of the year they were closed. When do I ever watch big blockbuster movies when they actually come out? Never. I do watch them, but not when they come out. So yeah, I only went 5 times. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I feel like it's gonna go dark real soon. Oh my God, I'm like running for daylight at this point. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm filming this kind of late during the day and whatever. I'm not proud of this. I only watched, out of 200 movies, I only watched, I don't even want to say it. I only watched 17 movies directed by women. Yeah, shame on me. All right, I'm aware. That's only 8.5%. I wasn't like trying though to watch movies directed by women. I was just watching stuff and hoping that some of it was gonna be directed by women. Turns out, no. Also, I'm doing a lot of challenges that include watching old movies, and apparently they did not let women direct movies in the olden days. So 17, wow, that's not a lot. Jeez, I watched 160 movies directed by men, 160 compared to 17. So that's sad, which is 80%. That's a lot. 80% is a lot. And then I watched 23 movies that are directed by both at the same time, which is 11.5%. Moral of the story is just I should just watch more movies directed by women. That's all I want to say about this. Why don't I? I don't know. Okay, we are gonna get into my favorites of the year. I'm gonna start with my favorite TV shows. It was so hard to pick a top 8. I would say the top 4 are pretty much equal. It was so freaking hard to actually put them in order, like you have no idea. At number 8 is Atypical. Absolutely love that show. I think it has some great characters. It's funny, it's really well written. I adore this show. And then at number 7 we have Ginny in Georgia. I feel like that was my discovery of the year because I really did not expect a lot from this show. It wasn't really under my radar, and then people talked to me about it and I watched it in literally 3 days. It's so good. I cannot wait for season 2. The characters are really cool and badass, and just it's funny. It's like rom-com-ish, but then you have like a mystery murdery aspect to it, and it's just chef's kiss. At number 6 we have Dark. I mean, y'all, this show messed me up. Like I tried to watch it as quickly as I could because I didn't want to forget like things that were happening. This show is so complex, like the complexity of it. I don't even know how people writing the show remember like every detail. It's so good. The characters and all of the links between them and everything is just so detailed and complex in the best kind of way. And number 5 is Breaking Bad. Again, did not expect that at all. I've been wanting to watch this show for so long because I feel like it's a lot of people's favorite, and I don't know why I kept pushing it off. Well, I kept pushing it off because I don't usually love stories about like drugs and all of the, whatever. You know what I watch? I watch romance and drama, you know? It turns out it's way better than I thought. The characters are hilarious and you get so attached to them. I've only seen one season and I'm already like deeply attached to these characters. So that is the most unexpected on that list, seriously. At number 4, I am so sad that I have to put this in number 4, but listen, my top 3 is solid as fuck. So at number 4, we have Only Murders in the Building. I did not expect any less from Selena. This show is hilarious and actually mysterious, and it's everything. Yeah, I love the casting of this show so much. I think the 3 main characters work so well together. There's just something special about this show. They really did it so well, just so fucking well. The mystery aspect was just very fun. I felt like I was watching like, it's like Nancy Drew in like a dark episode of CSI. Had like a love child. What? Anyway, at number 3, and again, choosing this was so hard, okay? I would like to remind you of that. At number 3 is Made. I'm not gonna talk a lot about this show because I will start crying every time I think about it for too long. This was hard to watch for me, very hard to watch. It is the most relatable TV show I've ever watched, and yeah, okay, it's good. Goes at number 3. Let's talk about something else. At number 2 is This Is Us. Not very surprising. This Is Us is just, I think it's my number 2 favorite show in just forever of all time. And I watched season 5 this year, and it was just as sad and just as cute and just as dramatic as all the other seasons. And these characters are seriously the freaking best. I'm gonna miss them so much after season 6. I don't even want to like, I don't want to think about the fact that season 6 is gonna be the last one. I'm not ready. I am not freaking ready at all. And then at number 1, can you guess? Can you guess? It's Smallville. I mean, I debated putting in number 1. I wanted to put like shows that were new to me at number 1, but I just cannot. This is my forever number 1 TV show. So any year that I'm gonna watch Smallville, it is going to be number 1, you know? And I rewatched the whole thing this year. It was a great time, and it has to be number 1. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just perfect. This show is perfection, and I love every second of it. And then we have movies that I rewatched this year. So these were movies that I already had seen before. Again, I'm only doing a top 8 because they're rewatches. So I feel like it's unnecessary to do a top 10. So at number 8, we have Girl with the Pearl Earring. I absolutely love that movie, especially just the style aspect of it, the costumes and the lighting and the framing, and just, yeah, more than the story. That's all I'm starting to say. Like aesthetically, way more than the story, but it's just so good. It's a number 8. At number 7, we have Mean Girls, a classic. It's obviously gonna be in there. At number 6, we have I Am Sam. This movie just, I just absolutely love the characters in this movie. It's the cutest. At number 5, we have Beauty and the Beast, the animated version. It is currently my number 1 favorite Disney animated from my rewatch. I'm gonna continue going through all of the animated Disney movie, and we're gonna see if something is better than Beauty and the Beast, but for now, it is number 1 on there. And it is number 5 in my rewatches of the year, so. At number 4 is The Danish Girl. Again, I just absolutely love the characters in this movie. Makes me cry every time. It's just... Also, this one is one that I particularly love the aesthetic of. I feel like every shot just looks like a painting, and it is absolutely marvelous to look at, so it's a number 4. And number 3 is Edward Scissorhands. A good old classic. I feel like whenever I watch it, it is going to be my favorites of the year because it's just been my favorites in general. Edward is just the cutest thing the world has ever seen. And number 2 is River's Edge. I seriously need to do a post about this movie, like in detail about what I love about this movie. I really need to do this. If you don't know this movie, I urge you to watch it. If you enjoy like teen movies from the 80s, 90s, that kind of vibe, like Ferris Bueller and stuff like that, it's like that, but with like a murdery twist and just great acting. Weird acting, but great acting. And then at number 1, again, no one's gonna be surprised, is Dickie Roberts. I am going to rewatch this every year, and it is going to be number 1 of my favorite rewatches every year. So it's there. The greatest movie of all time. All right, I'm not gonna talk too long about it, because I already talk all the time about this movie, and all of you are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, so it's a number 1. Let's move on. Next, I'm gonna do my favorite 2021 releases. I haven't seen a lot. Don't expect too much out of this top 10, all right? I have seen barely any 2021 releases. It's my top 10, but like some of them are not even 5 stars. At number 10, we have Love Hard, good Christmas movie. Netflix is absolutely killing it with the Christmas movies this year, so Love Hard is at number 10. At number 9, we have The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. It was just solid. Kind of like Back to the Future, Groundhog Day kind of vibes, but make it a rom-com in the 2020s. I don't know, it was good. I liked it. I liked the characters a lot. At number 8, we have To All the Boys, Always and Forever. I absolutely love that trilogy, so that obviously was going to end up in my favorites of the year. A Train. Bloodyac, we're already losing light at flash speed. I do not need a train right now. Ugh. Okay, so the train is gone, and just as expected, this lighting is getting cozier and cozier by the second. By cozier, I mean shit, but all right. Let's go with it. At number 7 is the movie Sam. It's a French-Canadian movie. It's about a competitive swimmer that has to stop swimming because he gets in an accident, and it was really, really dramatic and really well done. Absolutely gorgeous movie. At number 6 is Single All the Way. Again, Netflix is killing it with the Christmas movies, and we definitely need more queer, happy movies. So, yes, big yes. At number 5 is again another French-Canadian movie. It's called L'Arracheuse de Temps. It was a fantasy movie where death kind of visits a small village, and it was absolutely well done. That deserves to be on that list. I think even if I would have seen more 2021 releases, I feel like that one would have made it to the list. It was absolutely chef's kiss. At number 4 is In the Heights. One of my favorite musicals of all time. They did a great adaptation. I absolutely love the casting, love the songs. They did great. At number 3 is Dear Heaven and Sin. Again, my favorite musical of all time. I absolutely love this adaptation, and I love to love movies that people hate. So it's a number 3. At number 2 is The Mitchells vs. the Machines, which was really surprising. Again, this was like a movie that wasn't really on my radar, and then I kind of decided to watch it on a whim and absolutely fell in love with it. The drawing style and the characters and the storyline. It was just cute and funny family adventure, and it was a great time. And then at number 1 is Tick Tick Boom. Yes, there is 3 musicals on my favorites of the year. Tick Tick Boom took me by surprise again. I had never seen a Andrew Garfield movie, and his performance in this movie is absolutely brilliant. The songs are just so fun. I love the rest of the casting. I love what it talks about. It's absolutely perfect. Like, I finished watching it and I was like, I already feel like rewatching it. So that's how good it is. And then for my top 10 of movies that were new to me this year, so these are not new releases, but they're new to me this year. At number 10 is Mommy, a classic of Canadian cinema. It's amazing. I'm so glad I finally watched it. At number 9 is The Sun Is Also a Star, an adaptation of one of my favorite books. I adored the casting. It really felt like the book turned into a movie. Every little detail was in there, just great. And number 8 is The Best of Enemies. I just love the cast. The casting just made this brilliant. And number 7 is Where Hands Touch. I really like movies about war that also includes like a romance. A bit of a controversial romance, but let's just go with it. It was good. And it looked absolutely, the cinematography of this movie is gorgeous in my opinion. At number 6, which is I feel like my most surprising thing from this whole year. At number 6 is Star Wars. Star Wars is in my favorites of the year. Who saw that coming? Because not me. Not me. I really sat down to watch this movie expecting it to be a 2. I was like, oh, let's watch Star Wars. Yay, fun. I even like prepped like my favorite beverage and my favorite snack because I was like, I'm gonna need emotional support for this horrible movie. Turns out it's fucking amazing. I don't know why I waited so long to see it. I feel like it's really based on the characters, and I love a good character, and it just has some good funny lines, and I don't know, it really took me by surprise. This entire, I have no idea. How is that my top favorites of the year? But confusing. And number 5 is Superman. Nothing unexpected about this one. I mean, it's Superman. It's Christopher Reeve's Superman. It's absolutely magnificent. I wish superhero movies were still being made this way. It's very camp and funny, and it's brilliant. Brilliant. And number 4 is Your Name. What a gorgeous film. It looks absolutely stunning, and the story is like so cute and emotional, and I don't know, it was just great. And number 3 is If Beale Street Could Talk. It is so strange to me that I enjoyed this movie because it was a lot of just the characters talking together, and that tends to make me bored very easily and not enjoy movies. But in this one, there was something about the story and the characters that just made it kind of work for me, even though it was just talking. I have no idea, but I really enjoyed it, and it looks gorgeous. And number 2 is Shape of Water. I love the performances in this movie, and there was just something about this weird romance between a woman and a fish. It was weird, but in a good way. And then at number 1 is 500 Days of Summer. Best discovery of the past couple of years. It's now in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. You know how on Letterboxd it's like a top 4 of your favorite movies? My number 4 is Whiplash, and since I've watched 500 Days of Summer, I've been in a constant debate on switching them. I watched it I watched it 5 times in a matter of like a month. I never do this. I never rewatch movies more than once or twice a year, and it's good. The editing is my favorite part of the whole movie. If a movie has like special and good and funny and clever editing, you know, and then it had good actors and a good story, and it was cute, and but then a rom-com that has a twist at the end. Oh, it's so good. So freaking good. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'm gonna go before it turns completely dark outside. I hope you still enjoyed this video regardless of the weird lighting. And also, were those the stats that you wanted to know about? I don't know. Y'all wanted to see this video, so I'm making this video. Was this some sort of enjoyable? I hope so. Definitely let me know in the comments your favorites of the year. I don't know, just leave them in the comments so that I have more stuff to add to my watch list for 2022. I will see you next year with a new video. I don't know when my first video of the year is gonna be. I haven't thought about that, but thanks for the music car. We're in a hurry here. We're racing against the sun. Okay, thank you. Anyway, I'll see you next year with a new video, and until then, every day on Instagram, like usual. Bye! B! I thought you were gonna stay with me. Great. Well, Kalel says hi. Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. This week we're going? We're not going anywhere. My hair's... Did you hear my arm crack? Oh my god. How old am I? 90? Jesus. Oh my god, the lighting is like kind of creepy right now. Thank God for this ring light, otherwise you would not see anything. Let me just turn it off. I'm curious to see what it looks like without it. Yeah. Well, my camera cannot even focus. That's how little amount of light there is without it. Anyway.